Good evening viewers. Today we are going to continue with second part of our video. So in molecular genetics, in yesterday we completed the basic structure of nucleotides. So today we are going to discuss how we are naming the nucleotides and the nucleosides. Already you know very well what is nucleotides. Nucleotides are three components: pentose sugar, nitrogen base plus phosphoric acid. What is nucleoside? Nucleoside is glucosamine. Okay, so there is pentose sugar and nitrogen base, no phosphoric acid. So nucleosides are glucosamine. Okay, so how we are going to name this nucleoside? So first one, for example, pentose sugar. There is a pentose sugar and the nitrogen base is adenine. So what is the name of this nucleoside? Adenosine. What is the name of the nucleoside? Adenosine. Okay. So next one, pentose sugar. For example, we are taking the second nitrogen base, thymine. So if it is thymine, then the nucleoside which is called as thymidine. So the name of the nucleoside is thymidine. Next one, pentose sugar plus guanine. If you take guanine, so now the name of the nucleoside is guanosine. Next one, pentose sugar plus for example if you take another nitrogen base, cytosine. So now the name of the nucleoside is cytidine. Okay, then one more nitrogen base, pentose sugar plus uracil. Now the name of the nucleoside is uridine. Okay, so this is the way how we are naming for nucleoside. For example, in DNA we are using, for example, if you take adenosine, deoxyadenosine. So in DNA we are using deoxyribonucleoside. In RNA simply we are telling adenosine. For example, if you take RNA, it is ribonucleoside. Once again, for example, pentose sugar plus adenine, in RNA adenosine. Suppose the same thing for DNA, deoxyadenosine. Okay, deoxyadenosine. The same thing for all nitrogen bases also we can follow. So this is how we are naming for nucleoside. You know very well, nucleoside is two components, pentose sugar plus nitrogen base. There is no phosphoric acid. Okay, so now we are going to take the naming of nucleotide. Of nucleotides. Next one. So what is nucleotide? Yesterday only we discussed nitrogen base, pentose sugar plus phosphoric acid. Now it is called as nucleotide, three components. So we can write like this also, nucleoside plus phosphate. Now it is called as nucleotide, three components. So what is the way for naming nucleotide? For example, if you take adenosine. Adenosine is what? Nucleoside. Pentose sugar is present, nitrogen base is also present in adenosine. So if the adenosine, the phosphate is added to adenosine, now the structure, what is the name of the structure? Because you know phosphoric acid. So adenylic acid. Otherwise we can say adenosine monophosphate. For example, if you take one more nucleotide, for example we are taking guanosine. If we are taking guanosine, so when the phosphate is added, now it is called as guanosine monophosphate. Otherwise we can say guanylate acid. Okay, so this is the way how we are naming for nucleotides. Okay, simply we can write GMP. This one we can write AMP also. Now you take one more nucleotide, thymidine. For example, if you take thymidine plus phosphate, what is the name? Thymidinic acid. Otherwise thymidine monophosphate. Otherwise we can say thymidinic acid. Okay, suppose another one more nucleotide, uridine plus phosphate. So what is the name? Uridylic acid, UMP. Otherwise we can say uridylic acid. So what are the nitrogen bases we have taken? adenosine, adenine, guanine, thymidine, uridine, and another one cytidine. So cytidine is the nucleoside when along with phosphate. What is the name of the cytidine? CMP, otherwise we can say cytidylic acid. So this is the way how to name nucleotide. So for nucleotide also, in DNA deoxyribonucleotides, in RNA ribonucleotides. Okay, so this is the way how we want to name nucleoside and nucleotide. Okay, this is very important part. Sometimes they give structure, and the options they may give name of the nucleotide or name of the nucleoside. For example, suppose in the question paper, this is the structure, you know, this is the pentose sugar. So here adenine, okay, the nitrogen base is adenine. So now they are asking, so in the third carbon, you know what is present in the third carbon? OH. If it is DNA, OH. Okay, in third carbon only they are having functional group, and in the fifth carbon CH2OH. Okay, there is no phosphate. So now what are the two things only present in the structure? Pentose sugar plus nitrogen base. The nitrogen base is adenine. So there is no phosphate. No phosphoric acid means this structure is called as nucleoside. So what is the name of this nucleoside? Adenosine. Okay, adenosine. It is DNA. So we are writing deoxyadenosine. Okay, I think you are able to for other structure also you can able to understood. For example, one more example we can take. This is the pentose sugar. Okay, so in the first carbon nitrogen base, so there is a glycosidic linkage. So in the first carbon, for example, if you are taking G, this is the nitrogen base. In the third carbon, functional group OH is present. In the fifth carbon, phosphate is present. Now what are the three things present in this structure? Nitrogen base, pentose sugar, nitrogen base plus phosphoric acid. So now the structure is called as nucleotide. What is the name of this nucleotide? If guanine is present, it is called as guanylic acid. Otherwise we can say guanosine monophosphate. So if you receive the structure, sometimes by giving the structure in the option they may give the name. Sometimes by giving the name in the options you may receive the structure. Okay, so if you are thorough with this one, you can easily get 4 marks in your NEET exam. Okay, I think it's clear for everyone. Okay, the next one, base pairing rule. Already we have taken what is base pairing. So base pairing rule, what is base pairing rule? Means the purine always pair with pyrimidine. Purine always pair with pyrimidine. Okay, so purine bases வந்து எப்பயுமே pyrimidine bases ஓட pair ஆகும். So நம்ம ரெண்டு bases purine base பார்த்தோம். What are the two bases purine? Adenine, guanine. What are the two bases in DNA pyrimidine? Cytosine, thymine. So purine always pair with pyrimidine. Otherwise we can say pyrimidine always pair with purine. Both are same only. Okay, so A always pair with T with 2 hydrogen bond. This is very important question. And guanine always pair with cytosine with 3 hydrogen bond. So this is the base pairing rule. Okay, based on the base pairing rule, actually Erwin Chargaff proposed base pairing rule for double stranded DNA, because in the double stranded DNA only base pairing is possible. One strand, for example, this is one strand, this is another strand. In one strand, A means in front of A, T. Here T means here A. Here G means here C. Here C means in front of C, G. So base pairing rule is only applicable for double stranded DNA only. So the Chargaff proposed some rules for base pairing. What is that? Adenine number is always equal to thymine number, because if here adenine means in front of adenine, surely thymine only. So whatever number of adenine, that is equal to the number of thymine. So A by T is equal to 1. For example, in this strand 20 adenine. So surely in this strand also 20 thymine. So 20 by 20, what we will get? 1. So like G by C is equal to 1 because G always pair with C. So whatever the number of G, then there is equal number of C also. Otherwise we can write this one like A plus G is equal to T plus C because A is equal to T, G is equal to C. Okay. Otherwise we can write like this also. A plus G by T plus C is equal to 1. So this is Chargaff's rule, very important. And if you see, if the DNA, suppose the given double stranded DNA is having more AT base pair. Okay, another DNA is having more GC base pair. Which DNA is more strong? Which DNA is more stable? Because between A and T 2 hydrogen bond only, but between G and C 3 hydrogen bond. So which DNA is having GC base pair? That DNA is more stable. Okay, so this is also very important point. So base pairing rule and what is Erwin-Chargaff's rule for double stranded DNA? Then which DNA is naturally, suppose the DNA is having GC rich DNA, that is more stable than AT rich DNA. Okay. Structure of the next one we are going to discuss structure of DNA. So what is DNA? DNA is made up of polymer of nucleotides. So we completed the structure of nucleotide. Now we are going to join one nucleotide to another nucleotide. So what is the bond between these two nucleotides? That we are going to discuss in detail by taking the structure. So first we are making one nucleotide. Okay. So if you take double stranded DNA, one strand is, both the strands are anti-parallel in direction. This one we are going to discuss in the next part, Watson and Crick model of DNA. So one strand is 3' to 5' means another strand should be in 5' to 3' direction. So this is called as anti-parallel. Now we are taking one strand of DNA. So if you take this side, now we are making one nucleotide. So in the first carbon of pentose sugar, one nitrogen base. For example, if we are taking the nitrogen base is adenine. In the third carbon, you know, functional group. Okay. So in the fifth carbon, there is phosphate. Okay. Wherever phosphate is present, that end is called as 5' end. Wherever OH group is present, that end is called as 3' end. Okay. So now this is one nucleotide. Now we are making another nucleotide. So you are making another nucleotide. For example, this is the first carbon. In the first carbon, nitrogen base is present. Guanine. Okay, so in the third carbon, functional group OH is present. In the fifth carbon, phosphate is present. Now there is a bond formation between this OH and this phosphate. So first pentose sugar, third carbon OH group, and in the next nucleotide, fifth carbon phosphate. So there is a bond formation between OH group of one pentose sugar and phosphate of another pentose sugar. So this bond, which is called as phosphodiester bond, because here there is removal of two water molecules. Already I told in the previous video, here we are simply writing P, phosphate, but you know the actual structure what is present there. Okay, so there is removal of two water molecules, so it is called as phosphodiester bond. So if you take another nucleotide, for example, if you are making another nucleotide, so in the third carbon OH group is present. In the first carbon, for example, if you are taking nitrogen base cytosine, and in the fifth carbon phosphate. So now there is a bond formation. In this way, one nucleotide connected to another nucleotide. So in the first strand, if you take OH group is present. Wherever OH group is present, it is called 3' end. Now one strand we completed. Now in this side we are going to make the next strand of DNA. So the next strand is anti-parallel in direction. So if you take like this, so this is the first carbon. So here A means you know very well, surely in front of A, T only. So with the two hydrogen bond. So first carbon, second carbon, in the third carbon OH group. Wherever OH group is present, this end is called as 3' end. Now in the fifth carbon, phosphate is present. Okay. So this is one nucleotide connected to another nucleotide by phosphodiester bond. One strand of DNA, one strand is connected to other strand of DNA by hydrogen bond. If it is AT means two hydrogen bond. For example, if you take this one, Okay, so why we are making like this anti-parallel? Okay, for example, now we are making, so in front of G what will come? C will come. How many hydrogen bonds? 3 hydrogen bonds. So first carbon, second carbon, in the third carbon OH is present. Now there is a bond formation between this phosphate and this OH. So what is the bond? Phosphodiester bond. Then in the fifth carbon phosphate, if you make one more nucleotide, what will come in one more nucleotide? Here C. So here C means surely in front of C guanine with 3 hydrogen bonds. Then first carbon, second carbon, in the third carbon OH, there is a bond formation between phosphate and OH. Then in the fifth carbon phosphate, so it ends with phosphate 5-N. So one strand is 5' to 3'N, another strand should be 3' to 5'N. This is called as anti-parallel. So if you take the DNA structure, polymer of nucleotide, so how many bonds are totally in DNA structure? If you take this pentose sugar and nitrogen base, glycosidic bond. If you take this carbon and this phosphoric acid, phosphoester bond. If you take one nucleotide connected to another nucleotide by phosphodiester bond. One strand of DNA connected to other strand of DNA by hydrogen bond. If it is A and T, 2 hydrogen bond. If it is G and C, 3 hydrogen bond. So this is the structure of DNA. I think you all clear about the structure of DNA. Okay, so what are the different forms of DNA? If you take linear DNA, so linear DNA is present in eukaryotes. You know what is eukaryotes? Prokaryotes means bacteria. Eukaryotes, you know. Okay, so fungi, plant, animal, these all are eukaryotes. In eukaryotes and some species of PPLO, you know what is PPLO? Pleuropneumonia like organism. Then circular DNA. You studied the bacterial structure. You know the bacterial structure very well. Circular DNA is present in prokaryotes and in 2 organelles also, chloroplast and mitochondria. So circular DNA which is present in prokaryotes. Prokaryotes is bacteria and in 2 organelles, chloroplast and mitochondria. So chloroplast and mitochondria, due to having the DNA, they are self-autonomous organelles, self-replicating organelles. Single-stranded circular DNA. Single-stranded circular DNA which is present in Forge M13. Virus. Forge means virus. M13. Okay. So next, length of the DNA. So length of the DNA is expressed in base pair. What is the number of base pair? So it is expressed in base pair. Measurements are expressed in. So how we are measure? For example, the diameter of the DNA is 20 Armstrong. The length of the one helix is 34 Armstrong. So the measurements are expressed in Armstrong. Okay. Next, weight. Weight of the DNA is expressed in the form of picogram. Okay, so next, concentration. Okay, concentration of DNA is expressed in the C value. This everything we are going to discuss in cell cycle, cell division 11th chapter. So concentration of DNA is expressed in the form of C value. These all are very, very important.